I've discovered that nothing in life holds true meaning unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela once said, "There's no passion to be found in playing small and settling for a life less than what you're capable of living." And I'm sure in your experience, whether it's applying to college, picking a major, or deciding what you want to do with your life, people have probably told you to always have something to fall back on. Make sure you have a backup plan, honey. But I never really understood that. Why would I want something to fall back on? If I'm going to fall, I'd rather fall forward. At least this way, I'll see what I'm going to hit. Without consistency, you'll never finish anything. So do what you're passionate about. Take risks. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test where you had to connect 9 dots with 5 lines without lifting your pencil. The only way to do it, you had to think outside the box. That's life. Don't fear stepping outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just that, dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out over 2,600 times, the most in baseball history. But people don't remember the strikeouts. They remember the home runs. So, fall forward. Thomas Edison, after 1,000 failed experiments, succeeded in creating the light bulb on his 1,001st try. Every failure brought him one step closer to success. You have to take risks. And I know you've heard that before, but let me tell you why it matters so much. You will fail at something in your life, you will lose, and you will embarrass yourself. It's inevitable. In acting, failure is routine. Early in my career, I auditioned for a Broadway musical. It was the perfect role for me. Except one problem. I couldn't sing. I didn't get the part. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of that audition and prepared for the next one. I prayed, and I failed again and again. But I kept going because, as the saying goes, if you hang around the barbershop long enough, eventually you're going to get a haircut. I caught my break. Last year, I performed in Fences on Broadway. Funny thing, it was at the same theater where I had failed that first audition 30 years earlier. The point is, every graduate here today has the talent and training to succeed. But do you have the guts to fail? If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To achieve something you've never had, you must do something you've never done. Imagine this. You're on your deathbed, surrounded by ghosts. These ghosts represent your unfulfilled potential, ideas you never acted on, talents you never used. They look at you, disappointed, saying, "We came to you because you could have brought us to life, but now we must die with you." So I ask you, how many ghosts will be standing around your bed when your time comes? Recently, I returned from South Africa, a beautiful country, but one with immense poverty. The world needs your help. Africa needs your help. The Middle East, Japan, Alabama, Philadelphia, they all need your help. And we need it from you, young people. So what will you do with what you have? It's not about how much you have. Some of you are business majors, theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some of you have money, patience, kindness, love, whatever it is. What will you do with what you've been given? Now, here's my final point about failure. Sometimes it's the best way to figure out where you're going. Your life will not be a straight path. I started college as a pre-med student. I took a course called cardiac morphogenesis. I couldn't pronounce it, couldn't understand it, and certainly couldn't pass it. So I switched to pre-law, then journalism. Without focus, my grades nosedived. I had a GPA of 1.8, and the university kindly suggested I take some time off. I was 20 years old, at my lowest point. Then one day, I was helping my mother in her beauty shop. This older woman, considered an elder in the town, was sitting behind me. Every time I looked in the mirror, she was staring at me. Finally, she removed the dryer from her head and said, "Young boy, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy. You're going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." Years later, just as she predicted, I've spoken to millions of people through my movies, though many of them never saw me, the real me. But I see you today, and I'm encouraged by what I see. Taking risks isn't just about going for a job. It's about knowing what you know and being open to what you don't. It's about people, love, and faith. That's what will define you. Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you've got. And remember, when you fall, and you will fall forward,